Paul Johnson is
Yes.
back with us.
Yeah.
So, Paul, we got a special. We not only is it special that you're here, but we've had just a special group of people here tonight that came to see you, and we're going to just let everybody in the room that wants to ask you questions, but especially Randy Randolph, C.J. Randolph, Whit Hyde, Helen, and I might throw something in there sometime.
Oh, you know,
I can't imagine that.
Welcome.
Him being silent, don't count on it.
I don't know. I've been kind of quiet lately.
Oh, shoot. Not hardly.
Welcome back home.
Thank you for having me back.
Yes.
Yeah, it feels like being home again.
You are home again.
You know.
Right.
This is we. There's not anybody in this room that's not home again. So that's the good thing about this.
Let's go back in history a little bit. We met you back, I want to say, about 2005.
I think that sounds about right.
Yeah, and we used to play together once a month at Dunn Brothers Coffee House, along with all these other people sitting
Same
here.
night we met Will.
Right.
Yes.
Same night we met Ian and Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was a magic night.
It was.
It was.
And a few weeks later, CJ and Randy came in the picture.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't long.
Absolutely.
Yep. So here we are today. You're not in Texas anymore.
I am not.
You're in Illinois.
Yep.
So tell us what the songwriting community's like in Illinois.
Honestly, I haven't gotten out much since I went back there, to be honest.
Well, shame. That's a shame.
I know. I had other responsibilities when my job ended here that I needed to tend to. So I had to back away for a while. Mm-hmm. And in fact, I probably wouldn't have done this had you guys not kept, going, hey, you need to do this.
Yeah.
And that was one thing. We had a group of friends here that really supports each other. And Whit's got an album, Randy's got an album. CJ and Randy have done a lot of things performing with us. I don't know if I have a copy of your album yet, but you do a lot of great works, I know. So it's just such a great group, and I'm so glad you guys all came here to see us again.
Of course, we love you,
And Kathy and Lloyd have been with us since.
Oh man, since before, since Dunn Brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they were some of the first people when I came here too.
Yeah.
Well, I want to go back. Let's go back just a pinch further. Tell everybody really. We know you're in Illinois now through the conversation, but tell everybody where you were born and raised and everything, and go there with us.
I was born in Springfield or Chatham, Illinois, up there. They're right in the central.
Right,
the capital city.
Where you are now.
That's where I'm back there right now. And, enjoying life there.
And you're helping your mom.
I'm taking care of family business, yep.
That is more than wonderful.
And, one of these days the wind will probably blow me back out of that state, maybe. And hopefully I'll end up back here again. But it all depends on the job market, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because, I'm a working man for a musician, So, I'd rather be a musician than not work, but, it doesn't work that way. So, not for me, anyways.
So tell us a little bit about your album.
And basically, it's just a collection of songs. I always had it in my heart that I wanted to make an album. And I needed to do one. And it was all basically, kind of a storytelling album about where we came from. Like we were talking about earlier, I was always influenced the most by, the earlier songwriters that really brought life experiences and all together, to tell a story. And they're the ones that I really admire, like, the most. Right. The ones that they were the whole package.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Paul, you have a unique guitar style, which I love.
Oh, yes.
And I know some of your influences, but if you were going to boil down like 3 or 4 guitar players, songwriters, what would go down through that funnel to make Paul Johnson?
I don't know. I can probably pick the players, but they're going to be like, man, that guy don't play nothing like me. But if I got to go back in time, obviously we got some fellas on the wall here that that's really sucked me in when I was a kid, and I found a couple of 45s, and that kind of sealed the deal for me. But Mark Knopfler, my hat's off to him, and I know he's really done a lot of things with like Nashville and a lot of solo projects and stuff. Tremendous player. Some of the energy, I think I kind of picked up from maybe Stevie a little bit, Stevie Ray,
Yeah.
and Jimmy, those guys. I mean, I love those guys. But I was probably influenced a lot by Townes Van Zandt. I know that's like a departure altogether because it's more of that songwriting craft and a lot of the Texas writers when I was living up north that I came to embrace, especially like Billy Joe Shaver and the like.
Paul, the energy that you put out with your guitar and your vocals seem to match the energy, and that is what drew us from the very beginning was your guitar playing and your lyrics, the words that you actually chose. So we really miss your development from where you were at because you were going really strong the first couple of years that we knew you, and then that's what happens. Life gets a hold of us and changes us around. What do you look for the future now? What are you thinking about 2 years from now and 5 years? What does that look like for you?
For me, well, I'm continuing to work for the time being. I've actually started embracing trying to play the pedal steel guitar, which I love. And I was actually at another show that I was supposed to go play with some fellas this weekend, but Randy and Helen, I mean, they're like my family. And I'm like, guys, I'm sorry, I got to go do this. All. So, yeah.
So to speak.
So hopefully I can keep writing and keep developing and just try to get more sophisticated.
Don't let it go.
Yeah.
Well, here's what blows me away. The night that we're all sitting here, people in this room, was the first night for me to meet several of you. And 2 months and 2 days exactly from this night will be 14 years since the night at Insomnia Music Coffee in Waxahachie, Texas. It was November the 5th. And I'll never forget it. It was as if you guys had been playing forever. It showed the energy that you poured out. Just I sound like I'm mimicking Randy, but I just really feel the same to tell you the energy that you put into your music. It was like the Holy Spirit walking the room. It was just the presence that everything that God put inside of you, you let it come out through your music. The energy in your vocal and your guitar, and it really just lit up the house. And for me, it's not so much a question as I just want to tell you how important your music is, and I pray that you're just going to continue to blow it away into someday sitting in a rocking chair, for your grandkids maybe, or, pouring it out because it's
pushing
infectious.
Me in the wheelchair.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just it's very powerful, and it's life changing and altering.
That was a fun night.
That was a fun night.
It was.
That's right.
That was fun.
Every week you had a different facial hairdo. Do you think I would? So you were.
I guess we're all asking that question. Who am I?
Yeah. it was cool. Always.
When we
ready.
got goats, I understood the goatee.
Yeah.
It took me a while.
Yeah.
I guess I kind of want to thank you for that comment because there's a lot of times I ask myself why I do this.
Oh.
And most of the world will tell you, why are you wasting your time with that for? If you're not a musician or you haven't, been impacted like spiritually to do this, or what I mean? And none of us, we're not doing it because, we're out pounding the pavement trying to make millions of dollars doing it.
Right.
We're doing it because
We love it.
we love it,
Yeah.
and like again, it's like a family here.
Yeah.
That's irreplaceable to me,
And it just takes.
and I give all the thanks, to God for being able to,
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
to
Amen.
We all do.
pull us together and allow us to have that unique.
We
gift.
wouldn't have
This
met
is-
without him. We damn sure wouldn't be here tonight
Yeah,
without him.
that's right.
That's right.
That's for sure because he's been such a part of everything. And really, Paul, I wanted to say too, it kind of what CJ mentioned about Insomnia. There were nights that I remember seeing Paul both at Dunn Brothers and at Insomnia and other places we played. At Plano Balloon Festival, I remember him at Plano Balloon Festival one time when he and Whit and where it really just rocked it up.
Right.
And he took a slow show and made it,
Yeah.
punchy. And every time Paul comes on the stage, he's going to punch it up.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
Absolutely.
Energy.
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe you.
And
in a
I switched
nutshell.
to decaf.
There's a
No, don't do it.
there's a ton of songwriters that are good songwriters that have no energy, and they don't sell themselves on stage. Your energy, and of course your chords and lyrics, but your energy is what sells.
Right.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
And it only takes one song
Yeah.
to change somebody's life.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Yeah,
Right. The power of a song is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
it is. It is.
Yeah. I can't imagine my life without, a lot of the writers that I listened to growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Just can't,
Yeah.
You know what's funny about you? You're a person that moved to Texas, and I know that we're all sitting here as people who pretty much grew up here.
Well, it was from Oklahoma,
Well, yeah,
but we'll
but I
forgive
mean-
them for that.
But one thing, Texas and Oklahoma kid a lot, but I will tell you this: you don't. If you fought one of us, you'd have to fight the other.
That's right.
That's right.
So, to me, I look at Paul Johnson, and I think this is kind of like you said, Randy. It was where's he been? What's he been doing? It's time he gets back out there.
Right.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
you've been under the lampshade long enough. We all agree on that.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
I'll tell you, it's hard to see behind a lampshade, too.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
things have changed up so much compared to where it was 14 years ago, did you say?
Yeah.
I mean,
14 years.
the media now is totally different than it was 14 years ago. That's why we're on Facebook. That's why we're on YouTube. That's why we're doing the thing.
Yep.
You need to be doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank Randy and Helen because
Absolutely.
they really they can see the things that some of us performers can't see. You know what I mean? He does both. He's got the whole package.
Yes.
Right.
You know, he
Yes,
can see
yes.
it, he can write, he can play, and he
Yes.
does the production and everything. But some of us aren't gifted in that same way.
Right.
I don't know if Whit's the same way, but I know he used to write. He made his album, and then we're both kind of reserved, and we don't always
Right.
push out because I know he's got a great project that should be heard too.
Well, I'm
Well, we'll
ready
take
to put
care
it
of
out
that
there.
real soon.
Yeah. Thank you, Randy and Helen.
Yes.
We applaud that.
Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
there wouldn't.
It wouldn't be without
Yeah.
you guys.
It's
though.
all. There's nobody in this room that's not integral.
That's
Right.
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 That's right.
And
They're
and
the photographers too. That
Well,
we
yeah,
Oh, yes.
the people. That's what I'm
So.
saying. And the people that listen.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, the people that actually take a moment of their life to be one of the thousands of people that listen to what we do every month.
Right.
That's pretty remarkable.
It is.
It is
I
remarkable.
want to say something a minute too. I can't sing a note and stay in tune for nothing. But I love hearing y'all, and when I was sitting at Dunn Brothers and drawing and everything, Paul would get up there and I could draw a whole lot faster.
Yeah.
Oh.
He does ignite the room.
Yes.
Paul is
Speed it
our
up.
blessed shot of caffeine.
Sometimes the energy just eats me up. I get going like a freight train out of control.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what? That's
I love
great
it.
though. You're
That's right.
energetic and you've directed your
the
energy in a
train on the
positive
track.
place.
Yeah, ask Wood about a couple sessions where he's back there playing the drums, and I mean, I didn't know he could drum that fast.
Runaway
One thing
train.
about you can't outrun Wit.
Yeah, no.
Right.
You can't do it. Not Wit Hyde.
That's right.
No, man. Dr. Hyde has got it going on.
Is that because he's from Oklahoma?
Right.
I
Learn to run early.
I don't pick on Wit about being from Oklahoma because he can't help it. He's from where he's from.
Yeah.
I'm from where
It's
I'm
his
from.
parents'
I mean,
fault.
You can't fix it.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah,
fix
but
it.
he had he got here.
Right.
As quick as he could.
Yeah.
Putnam City High School.
Yeah, yeah.
What a good school that is. It's a great. I used to live in Oklahoma City. It's a great place.
Well, Paul, it's been great, and we're going to do this again
And again,
and again and again.
And you
so
know, I gotta say
you
one
better
thing.
start writing some more stuff.
I got to say that to let you know too. Paul did. This is show number 320, 330,
30.
330, and Paul did show number 6
Wow.
Yeah.
and
That's
66.
Cool. Wow.
Oh, wow.
But we haven't done one since then, so it's been a long drought.
Wow.
Yes,
So
Well, thanks
Well, we
for
got
helping
our
me kind of
fix
get back
tonight.
into it again,
absolutely.
and I sure enjoyed it. You know.
just don't stop.
That's right.
If you pause, just be storing up energy to take that burst. You know.
That's right.
Paul, one thing I would like to say is that I have seen a lot of people come through this venue, and your style is very good. You're very approachable as far as your style and your singing. Very clear and very knowledgeable as far as what you're doing. I really think that you have a lot more to accomplish in your singing career.
Agreed.
Yes.
Thank you, Lloyd.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you got fans here.
That's
Yeah, I
right.
appreciate that very much.
You know, Helen, I know that we can't keep him here all night. I got to put him on a plane tomorrow morning, and I'm going to hate to do that. It's been great fun having
I think
him
we
here.
should just like hold them
Kidnap
hostage.
him?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
But we've already said everybody know who did it. Because
That's true.
we got to have this meeting in private.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Jeannie, Barbara, and Bruce. I mean, God, y'all just chronicle everything we do. Kathy and Lloyd have, to say they've been there before in the music room.
That's right. They've been avid supporters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took you
Now,
about
I'll-
2 years of talking to get us there. But once we got there, I don't think we missed more than 1 or 2
No,
times.
you
in all
didn't.
the-
Now you,
must have been
you and Lloyd, Kathy, you all have been there. Like, yeah,
Fiction.
Yeah.
and that means the world to us. You know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You got to,
So we
if you're
appreciate
singing
it.
something, you got to have somebody to sing to.
That's right.
And that's real important. And Whit has long been one of my favorite people. CJ and Randy, well, this room wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them.
You're sweet. Well, we were so blessed to help. We
Just
know
the
who
truth.
arranged all these friendships.
The instigation y'all made that morning with us having coffee out in the driveway started this whole project.
Hey, that's what we do.
And if y'all are the
And
least
Helen-
bit
and Helen
curious,
is the best.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't quite through yet, and that's just what I was going to say is that the thing I'd wanted to do within the music room since I got out of radio in 1972 was find somebody and do a radio show with songwriters.
Yeah.
And when I met Helen, we started talking about it. She said, well, I've never done radio. And I said, but you got the best voice.
Yes.
She does.
Yes.
And personality is perfect. More than that, she's my wife, and I
Yeah.
love her to
I
death.
absolutely. Yeah,
well,
I
I'm
think
pretty
she's
lucky
crying.
too.
Paul, man, it's just a great having him back
Absolutely.
here.
And for those of you that are listening, we'll tell you the story about how the studio came about, but you have to come see us.
Yeah.
And we're in Waxahachie, Texas, which isn't too far from Dallas. So if you're in the area,
It's
stop
the center
by.
of the world. So
Yeah. Center of our world.
go downhill, and you'll get to us.
Halfway between Fort Worth and Dallas.
But everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate your support and we appreciate you listening. You are in the music room.